Today, we're heading to the Deccan Plateau of India. It's a place where history isn't just written in books, it's literally carved into stone. So I want you to forget what you think you know about Indian architecture. We're going to explore some spectacular monuments you've likely never seen before and decode the secret language of ambition, faith, and fusion that they were built to tell. So let me just start with a question for you. Can a building hold a secret? Because the architecture of the Deccan Sultanates, it's more than just impressive to look at. It's a language, a code, really. It's filled with all these messages of power and identity, just waiting for us to figure them out. Okay, so the first thing you have to know is that this style wasn't born in a vacuum. Nope, it was forged in this incredible cultural melting pot. Just try to imagine the huge, monumental scale of Persian and Turkish design crashing head-on into the intricate artistic traditions of local India. What do you get? Something totally new, really powerful, and uniquely Deccani. Our story kicks off in Gulbarga. This was the first capital of the Bahmani Sultanates. And the architecture here, it tells a very specific story. It's the story of a new power putting down roots. It's robust, it's very military-focused, and it's built to send a crystal-clear message. We are here and we are strong. This fortress was built to project absolute strength. It had a 30-foot wide moat, 15 towers packed with cannons, and one of them, a massive 8-meter-long cannon, is still there. And you see that crescent emblem on the arches? Yeah, that wasn't an accident. It was a very deliberate nod to the ancient Sasanian dynasty of Persia, basically a visual claim to a powerful and prestigious heritage. Now, inside this fortress, there's a true marvel, the Jama Masjid, or the Friday Mosque. We're talking 3,800 square meters. And considering this was built way back in 1367, that scale is just mind-boggling. But you know what? Its size isn't even the most shocking thing about it. It's completely covered. Think about it. Almost every other major mosque you'll see in South Asia is built around a big, open-air courtyard. But not this one. The entire space is covered, creating this vast, cool, enclosed sanctuary. It's totally unexpected and just architecturally unique. So you might be wondering, how in the world do you cover a space that massive? Well, you do it with this incredible repeating pattern, 250 arches that support a whole forest of 63 small domes, all of it crowned by 5 even larger ones. Just imagine standing inside and looking up at that mesmerizing geometric canopy. It is a masterpiece of early engineering. All right, let's jump forward in time. We're moving on to Bijapur, the capital of the Adil Shahi dynasty. And here you can see the architectural language start to evolve. That raw military power of Gulbarga, it starts to give way to this refined elegance. But, and this is the key, on an even more monumental scale.
And there is no greater example of Bijapur's ambition than this building right here, the Gol Gumbaz. This is the mausoleum of Sultan Muhammad Adil Shah. And believe me, this isn't just a big building. It's one of the greatest engineering achievements of its time, period.
44 meters. Let that sink in for a second. That's the diameter of its massive unsupported dome. This thing was built in the 1600s, and it is still the second largest in the entire world. The only one bigger is the Pantheon in Rome. And right, that leads to the million-dollar question that puzzled architects for centuries. You've got this colossal dome sitting on top of a massive cube, and there are absolutely no internal columns or supports holding it up. So how in the world does it not just collapse? Okay, here's the secret. It all comes down to a revolutionary system of interlocking pendentives, which are basically these curved triangular supports. The engineers created an 8-pointed star by rotating 2 squares. This formed 8 intersecting arches that all lock together, creating this incredibly stable circular base for the dome to sit on. The support system is literally woven into the walls themselves. It is absolutely brilliant. But the engineering genius doesn't even stop there. Way up high in the dome, there's the famous Whispering Gallery. The acoustics are so perfect that if you whisper on one side, someone can hear you with perfect clarity all the way on the other side of this vast space. A single clap will echo more than 10 times. It's an acoustic wonder, truly. So, the Gol Gumbaz is this huge statement of raw power and engineering genius. But the rulers of Bijapur also knew that true power could be expressed in another way, through delicate, breathtaking beauty. And this is it.
This is the Ibrahim Rauza, and people often call it the Black Taj of the South. It just embodies this Deccani obsession with perfect symmetry. You have a tomb and a mosque, they're perfect mirror images of each other, sitting on a single platform. The walls are covered in this exquisite calligraphy carved right into the stone, and inside there's a ceiling that seems to float with no visible support. It's just pure poetry in stone.
But our journey through Bijapur isn't quite done. We have to visit one last site. And this monument, it tells a very different story. Not of triumph, but of ambition, rivalry, and a dream that was left unfinished. You see, after seeing his father's magnificent Gol Gumbaz, the next sultan, Ali Adil Shah II, was driven by a serious rivalry. He decided he had to build something even grander for himself. His project was called the Bara Kaman, which means 12 arches.
And let me tell you, he was not kidding about the scale. The planned base of his mausoleum was 215 feet square, which would have dwarfed the 158-foot base of the Gol Gumbaz. His vision was for 12 colossal arches, both vertical and horizontal, that would have utterly eclipsed his father's tomb.
But it was never finished. Today, only 2 of the arches remain, looking like these giant skeletal ribs against the sky. Now, the most popular legend is that construction was deliberately stopped because people feared that its shadow would literally fall upon the Gol Gumbaz, diminishing its glory. What a powerful story of dynastic pride, huh? So let's pull back from these individual stories for a moment. What have we actually learned here? We've seen Gulbarga's strength, Bijapur's elegance, and its unfinished rivalries, and all of these things came together to create a lasting and completely unique architectural language. So what is the Deccani style? Well, if you had to define it, at its heart, it's a sophisticated synthesis. It's this seamless blend of foreign influences from places like Persia and Turkey with indigenous Indian elements, using local materials and artistic ideas to create something completely new. And you can see this fusion in all the little details. Take the domes, for instance. You've got that bulbous shape from Persia, but then they add a beautiful lotus petal design at the base, a classic Hindu symbol. Or you'll see intricate calligraphy down in stucco plaster, but it's supported by carved stone brackets that are borrowed from local temple architecture. They used local dark basalt stone, but then finished it with fine plaster. This fusion, that is the secret ingredient. So in the end, you have to understand, these were never just buildings. They were powerful statements. They were declarations of faith. They were monuments to dynastic ambition. And they were the physical proof of a new, confident cultural identity that was both Islamic and uniquely Indian. Which really leaves us with one final thought. The architects and rulers who built these incredible marvels are long gone, but their work is still here, holding all its secrets right there in plain sight. So if these stones could actually talk, what other incredible stories of fusion, genius, and rivalry do you think they might tell?